Hello and welcome to Bricks. I'm Adam and this is Bricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Hid Inside Graveyard Mystery Set. This is set number 70420. It has 335 pieces and I paid $40 for this set. Again, like any other Hidden Side set that if you've seen my other videos, I always say this is retired. This is a sealed copy. I've been kind of hunting these down and feeling like I'm not too far off from probably what retail was, and even if I am paying a premium, I kind of expect that for retired sets, but I don't know what this retailed for, and I don't have the app anymore, but I've been really enjoying all of the Hidden Side sets that I've seen so far, and so I wanted to keep taking a look at these. Plus, as I'm recording this, it's still October 2023, so spooky season, and this looked pretty spooky. I think graveyards and like prisons and different stuff, there's a lot of stuff in the Hidden Side sets that I think is kind of surprising for Lego to do, and I actually wish they would do more of it. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So, until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build process for this Lego Hid Inside Graveyard Mystery Set, I wanted to say thanks for watching, and then to remind you, if you haven't already, click the thumbs up, give this video a like, and click the subscribe button. So this is a really interesting set. You can see it does have actually a similar shape to some of the like seabed and landscape stuff that came with the JB's submarine and the wrecked shrimp boat, which I've already done videos about. It's kind of got this curved, angled little thing with like a center, and then two kind of other panels kind of coming off of that, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if that's true for a lot of other Hidden Side sets or something, but I think it works really, really well. There's a lot of gray in this, but I like that. It's the color choices are all pretty spot on. I think there's some design choices that could be improved on, like in the center casket area. There's something with the way the hinge works, so with the clips, that I wasn't super thrilled about. I think the minifigures in this set are pretty good. I also did not like, in this section, we build up a kind of a shed of some sort, and we put a garbage can in there storing some tools, and I had a heck of a lot of trouble with those. They kept falling out and all this other stuff, and that'll be true for my main review as well. But I did like the build of it. I liked how it attached. I liked the fence. I think then we move on to building kind of one of the Hidden Side features here, which is a tree. I love building Lego trees and seeing how they differ, and this one's pretty unique. It's pretty different than a lot of other Lego trees that I've encountered in my various sets. So it does really feel like a solid graveyard, which is super interesting to me. It's not perfect, but I'll share my thoughts about that in the rest of the review for this set. Okay, so here we have the Lego Hidden Side Graveyard Mystery Set. This is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I think, a graveyard is kind of an interesting thing for Lego to make a set for. I think it fits the theme really well, but just seems kind of grim or bleak or spooky, which I like, but just surprising to me. And I guess I don't know why this theme didn't succeed maybe like they hoped, but I think that's kind of a mix of reasons. And I really enjoyed this, even though it's kind of, I haven't done too many like landscapes or buildings or just different sets that aren't like vehicles. I've done the shrimp shack and the Newberry juice stand, but this was kind of a unique one, and I know there are other like buildings in the line that I do want to check out eventually, but this is pretty cool. So there's a good amount of stuff to look at here, but the first thing we'll take a look at is the minifigures, because we do get some. Of course, we get Spencer, little ghost dog here. or that's what I've always been calling it. I have so many Spencers now, but a cute little figure. But I could have like an army of Spencers probably, especially if I keep getting more and more hidden side sets. Then we have Parker. This is a version of Parker that I have gotten before. The hair is pretty much always the same, except one I got where they had like headphones instead of the hat. We do have an alternate face here, as the crossbody bag doesn't have the jacket that like matches her pants here. We do have the some nice detail for the torso, printing on the midsection, printing on the legs, has the printed tile for a smart device, alternate face, back has the crossbody strap there, dual molded hairpiece here again, which is pretty common. Then we have Jack. Again, I have this same version of Jack from many other sets. Dual molded hood and hat piece with the printing on it. We do have an alternate face here. Torso print is just the hoodie. It's the same one that's in a lot of these sets. Do have printing on the midsection, printing on the legs, has the printed tile as a smart device. And then we have this character, which is Mr. Branson, and I believe this is maybe like, I don't know what they would call them, somebody who works at the cemetery or at the graveyard, something like a caretaker, or I don't think it's necessarily a grave digger, but I would say like a undertaker, or I don't know what else, but there's just a, someone who works in the graveyard here, which is nice. And so they have kind of like an overall looking bib type thing here with a nice zipper, nice buckles there. They have a little bit of dirt, it looks like, stained on their legs. We do have a little bit of printing on the midsection and printing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of it is pretty basic. We do have an alternate face, a little more concerned. This one kind of content there. Pretty basic hairpiece here, but this is one of the characters that has a hidden side. And let me get the head off here. Sometimes I have trouble getting that off. And we can pop this on there, and they have one of the hidden side kind of spectral translucent minifigure heads here, and they have kind of a spectral hair piece there, which is a cool one. I don't know if I have that exact one. I might, but anyway, we have that, which is very, very good. And they have some accessories that can be in this, that are in here that I'll talk about a little later. There's another figure, and that is this skeleton. So it's the basic kind of skeleton with the, separate pieces for the legs, separate pieces for the arms, the body, and then the skeleton torso head. They are holding a key here, which is kind of a spectral key in the color that sometimes like matches the hair or some of the accessories of hidden side figures. And I had them on the set, but I'll take them off for now. And then there's another figure, again, that's not quite a figure, but kind of, which is this statue. In the JB's Submarine set, there was a statue of evil here. This one is not a full minifigure. Does have minifigure hair, minifigure face. The accessory around the neck does have the torso and the hands. No legs here. It does have the wings on the back there, so that's nice to get. I like finding like monochromatic minifigures here, and this is certainly one of them, so that's really interesting, but I will place them back. And then besides the figures, we get this graveyard here. So this is pretty interesting, and one of the things I'll first talk about is there is a kind of a structure over here that is maybe where Mr. Branson operates out of, and it has this garbage can with a can with a broom and a shovel and a pickaxe. This kept being a problem for me. It kept getting knocked over. These kept falling out very, very easily. I think I would have liked a better way of storing these. Just its position in the building here at the rear was really inconvenient for me. It doesn't stud down too strongly, and it just constantly had those accessories falling out. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to take those out of there, and I will show where they go, but just for the meantime, we will pop those out, because that was a little frustrating. I would have liked if these could have been clipped on somewhere and hung up or something else. So we have the graveyard. It has kind of a similar shape to the set from the wrecked shrimp boat and the submarine, where it's got like a main part in the middle and then has like a angled off part. And if I turn this over, we can see how that's done using these like A-frame type plates there, those modified plates that give that angle there, which is all right, not too bad. Over here we have a gate, which this is interesting. I'm not sure if I've felt this kind of Lego mold before for these gates. It's almost got like a powdered coating, or almost like a textured coating. It doesn't feel to me like normal Lego. It's got a slightly different thing, almost like the boards of the door have a little bit of a texture. These kind of have an interesting feel. I don't know if you could really see it, but maybe you can kind of see that it looks different than just like a flat, smooth Lego. It's got a little different kind of texture there, which is interesting. Gold for the handles, so the gate opens up here like that. We do have a couple stickers in this set, including some around the gate. So on this slope with that like brickwork there and whatever is a sticker. Also on the other one here is a sticker. Those don't bother me too much. We have a nice like fence area built up for a border around the rear, including some foliage elements and another foliage kind of vine element here. One of the main things in this set then is this, I would say, grave marker probably. So that gray statue minifigure kind of angel with the wings type thing is maybe on top of a crypt or a headstone or a grave of some kind. And so that's really, really nice. Pretty simple build there using some panel pieces and stuff. We do have a sticker in the center with, it looks like almost like laurels or something like that, as again, maybe a gravestone or a headstone or something like that. And then this is one of the hidden side things, which you can probably already see, but if we turn this, it can show these other colored tiles, which I imagine in the app, when a certain color is visible, it would trigger something there. So I've seen this kind of mechanism used in other sets, not exactly the same way as this, and I like that you turn the whole thing up here. I think that's pretty cool, because also it could be like this is following somebody or watching somebody, or you know, it's one way when they characters walk into the graveyard, and then the next time they look, it's like turned completely around, and kind of a subtle thing that they might not notice right away, and that's nice. It works. It's very, very smooth, and you know, from this angle you can see the colors a little bit, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I don't know if there's a really good way to allow it to turn and not see those. Potentially putting something, you know, in front of it a little bit on some of these studs maybe could work, but you have to have enough space for it to rotate all around and be visible. So just having those there on the side isn't too much of a issue for me, but something to make note of. Then we have the middle section, which has it looks like a casket or a coffin that's almost like above ground or something like that. And maybe these are more like tombs or crypts or something, but anyway, we do have another sticker on the Nexonite shield here. It's nicely detailed, so that's good. We also have a sticker on the tile, which is underneath the vine there, so a little more foliage. This is a super simple build, and this can open up, which is then where I was keeping the skeleton, and the skeleton can be placed in there. This can be closed. It doesn't close all the way because of the way it's attached, so it's got one of those modified plates with the bar on the end that's usually for like a trap door or a hatch type piece or something like that, and they're in some clip pieces then, so it doesn't close all the way. There's a little bit of gap over on the side here, and maybe you can just see that a little bit. There's just a small gap there, so that's interesting to note. And the this person could be, or this skeleton could be in here and could sit up. I think they kind of have it sat up in the instructions and on the box. We do have this inverted tile here, which helps hold this together, but I'm not sure if that also has some like hidden side effect, if the augmented reality could see that and trigger something. I'm not really sure. Moving on from that, we have another grave marker or a crypt or a coffin or something. Again, one more sticker on top here on this tile. We can see the sticker sheet here, so not too many. The couple on these tiles, the one on the square, the one on the next night shield, and the two on the slopes. So that is it, just those 6 stickers, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And this one is different, but it still is like thematically similar, which is nice. And this one also has a little bit of a function. And again, these have this inverted tile there, and I think that's the same color here, just this red. And I thought when this one was like definitely a hidden side thing, that when that was opened up, because nothing else can be put in there, and it looks like it's just something to flip up to reveal that the camera might recognize, and then the augmented reality thing would occur. But I'm not positive, because these are like the same, and I don't know if then maybe they would, trigger the same kind of event in the app or not. So if anyone has any experience with the app, with the Hidden Side app when it was live and had these sets, I would love to know more about them. So please don't hesitate to leave a comment. But I think that's what this is. I'm not sure about this one, but I can only guess. So both of these can open. This one can spin, and that's pretty good stuff, even though they're pretty simple mechanisms. And then we have kind of the Caretakers shed or something is what I'm calling this. So we have a door, we have kind of a tree above it, some more floral stuff, or like botanical plant life stuff, more of a fence back here. We got the nice gold windows there. It looks like we have some vine work over here. The rear of this is open, and if we see, we got like a couple like bottles or cans of stuff over there, and maybe a sink or a faucet or a hose with a water, and it looks like it's like dripping or leaking or something like that, which is a really nice touch. And then this this garbage can that is used for storage in the instructions is just studded down at the rear here, but the little accessories have a tendency to fall out very regularly, and so unless this is just kept perfectly flat and not bumped at all, that's where that would go. Maybe if it was in a different spot, it would stud down better. I'm not exactly sure. It's not my favorite thing there. So we can open this up. We can see that like faucet or hose, thing that is dripping. Door opens and closes nicely. I believe this door has a keyhole that can work with one of these keys. Yeah, so that key, that the spectral kind of key, does work in this type of door. So it can be put in, and if you turn it, you can open the door with it. So it's kind of a neat little thing there. It's nice that they included that, and it's not something I often see. So the key does fit in the hole there for real, which is really, really good. And then this has kind of another hidden side thing, which I think it's a little obvious on this one. It's not a real transformation like I was hoping for, but this tree kind of comes alive. It can't really spin or anything like that, but its arms and eye things can kind of move. So we have some nice stuff up here with the kind of the spectral color for eyes up there, maybe like a mouth or a nose in here, and then the rest of this I figured was arms, and then it maybe like moves these kind of sprigs that come up as well. And it's a pretty cool it looks pretty cool when it's moving all those things together, because this little sprig right here will move up, and it'll push up that sprig there, like that, and like that, which is pretty cool. So that's good, and it can kind of twist a little bit like that, and it's just something that I think could reach down towards people a little bit, or just could scare people. And it's kind of got a super simple function back here. These can operate independently, and it's another thing that might, spook someone that is in the graveyard here. And some of my favorite transformation, I was pretty excited about it when I was putting it together, and then the build is actually really interesting. I do like building Lego trees and seeing how they're done. This one's very, very unique because of its functionality, but also just how it's built is really strange and interesting, which I like to see. There's not a ton of symmetry, and there's just a lot of weird stuff going on in there, so that's pretty cool. And that sits kind of like it's grown on top of this shed or on this thing, which is interesting. And it is on like a turntable, but we have these like angled bricks or corner bricks here that prevent it from really spinning, so it really can just move its limbs here. It's like that. So that's pretty much everything in this set. Not too many stickers. The stickers that are used are pretty easy to apply, and they are detailed stickers to pretty good effect. I like the amount of like figures in here. So you get two main characters, kind of another figure that has an alternate head. You do get the figure for the skeleton here, and you get this monochromatic gray statue figure, which is really nice. I think the functions here are pretty good, not perfect. I think this one is a little bit of a letdown, but it is pretty menacing on its own. It's just not my favorite transformation. And I didn't love how the garbage can holding all the accessories was done, but that's okay. And then the rest of this I think is all pretty good. Some of it looks a little bit empty, but it's a graveyard. I would have liked it if we had one more like grave or crypt or something that maybe could clip to the bars of the fencing here, like one more sticking up right here, like a headstone or something, just to occupy a little more of this space in here, which feels a little bit empty, even though it's just the entrance there. I think I would have liked that, but this is really cool. I think it could be added onto in a really easy way. These parts could be separated out and built out differently. It gives me some good ideas for building like mocks of grave markers or crypts or tombs or caskets, and I think there's like a lot to be done with that. And I think it's a very grim, sort of bleak and dark thing for Lego to do. I understand that this is kind of a ghost hunting set of line, and so it's just really interesting to me. And I really like Hidden Side. I like spooky stuff, and this was really great too. Not my favorite one that I've built out of Hidden Side stuff, but is still pretty good. The figures are good, and there's a good amount of Lego here. So this set has some extra pieces, and I will show those, including the key that the skeleton is holding comes on one of these bits that I can't remember what those are called, but that path is like part of the injection process, and then you can break the things off, and they do the wands on those and other stuff like that. So you get an extra key there. You get your 1x1s, your studs, your tiles, your slopes, the faucet, all that good stuff. A little sprig here, some botanical things or branch type things, clips, pins, all that wonderful stuff. This set is 335 pieces, and I paid $40 for this set. The price per piece maybe doesn't seem great. There are some big-ish pieces in here. There are some special pieces with, the big doorway here, the door frame that this uses there, and the door here, the gate pieces here, the fence pieces there, the statue thing is something to consider as far as value goes, because it's half a minifigure plus some wings. This is nice. The tree is pretty nice. I always like getting more trees in different colors and stuff like that. I think that's a reasonable price. I would have loved to have gotten it a little cheaper, $35, $30. I don't know what it retailed for. I'm imagining between $30 and $40. It's a retired set, and so I don't mind paying a little extra for retired sets, and I didn't have to get this shipped to me or anything like that, so I don't have to take that into account. So I felt like I got a somewhat fair deal. I'm trying to think if this is $30 or $40 worth of Lego for me. And I can't remember now what I paid for the Shrimp Shack Attack, because that one it felt like it had a considerable amount more stuff. And so I'll have to go back and look at what I paid for that. But yeah, this doesn't feel terrible. I would have liked to get it a little bit cheaper. And so, I think I maybe could have gotten it cheaper online, but then with shipping and everything, I don't know if the effective cost would have been cheaper than I paid. So I don't feel like I got ripped off. I was perfectly comfortable paying $40 for this set. I like what I have here a lot. I think there's good play potential, good display potential. I think it's a kind of a rare, unique, interesting kind of set. I think there's maybe only ever been maybe 1 or 2 or 3 other kind of Lego sets that are explicitly like graveyard based, and some of those might be IP related from I don't even know, maybe something with Harry Potter or something. I'm not even positive, but so it's pretty unique in that respect, and for that I appreciate it. I think the hidden side functions are integrated reasonably well. The transformation is nothing mind-blowing and not as interesting as some of the other ones I've seen, but that's okay. Stickers weren't a big issue. You do get several figures, even if they are duplicates for me. Yeah, I think this is pretty good, and the value was okay. But I love hidden side sets, so I liked this one. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. And if you like my other videos, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more hidden side sets, and then tons of other sets from all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, age ranges, eras, retired, new, all different sets, all different kinds. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support my channel and support my videos here, you can do that right here on YouTube with memberships, supers, thanks, all that wonderful stuff. And I still have the Patreon, which is in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And over there you can get access to all my videos early, get access to some exclusive videos and other stuff in the works there. So maybe consider checking that out. It is appreciated and every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.